Please rise. Thank you. Welcome to Sterling Community School this evening to celebrate our 8th grade students who have endured many changes throughout their journey here at Sterling. They have adapted and moved forward together as a class. It is my pleasure tonight to welcome students, families, faculty, staff, board members, and our community members to graduation this evening. I'm honored to be here tonight celebrating this very special milestone in your life. Many of our graduates have passed through the classrooms here as young children, and we have been given the special opportunity to watch you grow and mature. Other friends join the graduating class later in the journey, but the bonds created in our small town will still be everlasting. This year, you experienced new firsts while coming out of the restrictions of COVID-19. I am proud of the leaders in this group who pushed to have 8th grade experiences that you've heard about in the past and to think to the future of new traditions that you wanted to start. In the coming years, you will be presented with many obstacles and opportunities as you continue through high school. You will have the chance to make decisions on the road ahead. Take everything in, and please remember that you always have a place here in Sterling. Congratulations to each and every one of you tonight. I would like to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Ted Friend, to the stage.
Good evening. I was going to start by saying, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ted Friend, but Heather did that for me. I have the best last name in the education business there is, I can tell you that. I feel very blessed that in my first year as superintendent, I had the opportunity to get to know all of these students sitting here tonight. And what I can tell you about these students, and what's really important to me, is that they're all really nice kids. I don't worry so much about academics. I don't worry so much about sports. What I care about is that they're good kids, they're honest kids, and they're nice to one another. And that's what these students exhibit. Students, at this time, I'd like to give all of your family members a nice round of applause for all they did to allow you to achieve this milestone. So please give them a round of applause. This is the part of the TED Talk that is where I'm supposed to impart some wisdom upon the students over here. So I'm going to turn and be a little rude and face the student body, if you don't mind. So I am rarely the smartest person in the room. My wife would tell you that when I'm home alone, I'm not the smartest person in the room. I can also tell you that I'm rarely the hardest working person in the room. Yet somehow I managed to jump through all of these hoops to become a school superintendent. My simple secret to all of you is I show up every day no matter what. Woody Allen once said, yes, I'm quoting Woody Allen, I'm sorry. But he's the one who said it, so I have to quote Woody Allen. Woody Allen once said, 99% of success in life is showing up. So, 8th graders going on next year to high school. If you have a headache, you've got a little scratchy throat, you didn't do your homework, you stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning playing video games or texting your friends, get up and go to school, and go to school every single day. That's how I made it. It's a very simple formula. And once you go to school, please be nice and kind to your fellow human beings. That's how that's what's gotten me through these two traits, getting up and going to work every day and being nice to one another. It's gotten me through life, and it'll get you through life as well. I wish you nothing but success in your future endeavors, and congratulations on graduating from 8th grade. Have a great night.
We have a special high school awards to be given out tonight. And presenting the Andrew D. Shippey Scholarship Award is Mrs. Erin Madeira.
Andy Shippey was fun-loving, bigger than life, and I was so lucky to have called him a friend. Andy grew up here in Sterling. After graduating from Plainfield, he earned a bachelor's degree at the School for International Training in Brattleboro, Vermont. He spent his senior year in Geneva, Switzerland, working for a human rights organization. He then spent 2 years in Budapest, Hungary, teaching English. He returned to the States, where he taught preschool in Oakland, California, and volunteered with the South and Mesoamerican Indian Information Center. In 1993, Andy joined the Peace Corps and was stationed in a village in Cameroon teaching English, community gardening, and helped build a school with his students. Unfortunately, Andy was murdered while touring Africa a few weeks before he was scheduled to return home in 1995. To give you an idea of how much he meant to his village in Cameroon, they held a ceremonial dance, as is their custom when a member of the village dies. His dance was 24 hours long, which is usually reserved for tribal chieftains. In his short 28 years, Andy helped an astounding number of people all over the world. In celebration of Andy, the Andrew Shippey Scholarship is awarding $2,000 in scholarships to two very deserving young ladies who have demonstrated a strong commitment to community service and volunteerism. The recipients this year are Lillian Sharp and Riley Griffin. Riley's not able to make it this evening. I know her family's accepting for her. And if I may, to the class of 2023, some of you were in first grade when I left, congratulations and best wishes for the next chapter in your lives.
Next up, I would like Mrs. Arlene Jordan to come to the stage to present the Russell Gray Memorial Fund Award.
This is a new fund this year, the Russell Gray Memorial Fund, and it was formed to honor the memory of Russell Gray, thank you, who devoted his life to his family and community. He really was a local man. Most of you, I know some of you already know him. He grew up in the Sterling and Econk area, went to school at Sterling Memorial, Plainfield High School after. Some of you probably knew him as a dairy farmer, 24/7 commitment. But in addition to all of this, he always carved out time to serve in the community. He volunteered 60-plus years in the Econk Community Grange, serving and holding positions on numerous boards and committees on both local and state levels. During his last 15 years, he served as first selectman of Sterling. Russell made it a point to know his constituents, and some of you might have been some of those constituents that he would stop by, talk, visit, and just listen to what you had to say. During one of our conversations, he revealed a very special interest that he had in the youth because, as he would say, they are our next generation. He would recognize skills and gifts in them. He had that gift himself, where he could see gifts and talents in other people. And with the youth specifically, he would just give them a nudge. And perhaps in a position at the Grange, before they were willing to step up and take it, and then he was their cheerleader in the back, because that's who Russell was. And I say all that just because he is or was a true servant, having the best interest of others at heart. And this was the committee's focus on choosing a recipient for this scholarship. The recipient needed to be a resident of Sterling, graduating this year from high school or enrolled in an institution of higher education, and also must have served in voluntary work within the community, helping others. In addition to this, we looked for attributes that would reflect what Russell believed in: hard work, doing the best you can, diligence, persistence, to name a few. This doesn't mean perfection. Sometimes it means making mistakes, but learning from them and moving on. This year we had 7 stellar applicants, all A students, all taking honor courses, some of them taking college credit courses, all but one working part-time, and also doing community service. That was very enlightening and good to my heart, because it was just an excellent group and made it difficult for us. But that's okay. And I have to say, kudos to the parents, kudos to the school system, because this isn't done by yourself. This is done with your parents encouraging you, guiding you. It's done with school systems and school teachers who are connecting with community people to set up community services that are available if the student so chooses. The applicant we chose was all of that, but a little bit more. She displayed a willingness to consistently serve in an ongoing way, which was key. Throughout her years and growing and maturing through struggles and into leadership roles in her service or in her area of service. And for this reason, the committee has chosen Lillian Schott as this year's recipient of the Russell Gray Scholarship Award. best foot forward, service in the community are key issues. Good luck.
A little extra sensitive. Next up, I would like to introduce LMA Bumpus, our National Junior Honor Society president.
King Whitney Jr. once said, "Change is a considerable psychological impact on the human mind. To the fearful, it is threatening because it means that things may get worse. To the hopeful, it is encouraging because things may get better. To the confident, it is inspiring because the challenge exists to make things better." As of now, I believe that many of us are feeling one of these two different points of view. Whether you're excited for this new opportunity to venture out of our small community or dreading the idea of beginning an entirely new chapter of your life, we know one thing is for certain: we're all about to face the challenge of change. Though you may be leaning more towards one way than the other, you can most definitely feel both at the same time. In some ways, change can be exciting and good, such as you can build relationships with the new people whom you surround yourself with. The only downside to having to make new friends is leaving behind the old. And because this school is so small, we're all so close-knit together and have known everyone for the longest time. We all know each other so well and have made amazing friendships over the time we've attended this school. So evidently, leaving behind might be the hardest part of going to high school. Although this may be true, I believe we'll all do well because our grade has gone through many difficult times. But there is one thing that compels me to believe this: we all face these transitions with grace. In 2020, as you know, we were all victims of the COVID pandemic. This made everyone's lives extremely difficult, for it separated all of us and limited our social interactions due to the quarantine. In my experience, I had recently moved to Sterling and was just beginning to settle in with the group, knowing that they'd all been so close for so many years. This made quarantine all the more mentally strenuous, for I had left all my new friends and was just starting to make new ones when I was hit with the wave of isolation. Although this was difficult, we all managed to keep in touch and build on our friendships together while being far away from one another. Luckily, with all of us hoping, we returned to fall to begin middle school. That year, we met our beloved Mrs. Campbell. Though her situation was hard, having to be on a screen socializing with us for an entire year, we all made it work and always respected her. Throughout that year, we improved our connections with each other and grew close with Mrs. Campbell. Personally, I believe it was a decent start to middle school due to us all caring for each other, even though we were heavily impacted because of the pandemic. All of us becoming so close with Mrs. Campbell made her passing all the more sorrowful. Mrs. Campbell was a wonderful, kind, and outgoing woman that we all deeply miss. That time of the year was incredibly difficult to us, having just lost our teacher. Although this was heartbreaking, we all stuck together and were there for each other during our time of need. This way of thinking and leaning on each other only brought us closer. Having faced so much together while our lives changed, we faced it with grace. Personally, this school has meant a lot to me. I've made many amazing friends. I've been pushed to do the best in which I can and have made some unforgettable memories. I hope these friendships carry on in the future and into our new schools. Even if they don't, I know that these students here will know how to get through it and make new long-lasting relationships. Though this drastic change will make many of our students part ways, we can't let this bring us down because we all have so many things to contribute to our new school, no matter which one we decide on. Whether you're athletic, intelligent, musically gifted, techie, or even all of these, you'll have something to give to your new community. This group is incredibly gifted, and I believe that they will make a difference wherever they end up. We've already begun to impact this school so much since COVID, and I will miss so many members of this community. Not just the ones leaving with me, but the ones we're leaving behind. Sterling has had so many amazing teachers, and I might have been able to experience the best ones. They've taught us so much, and hopefully we'll all bring that new information through our journeys in the future. I will undoubtedly miss this group, and it will certainly be difficult adjusting at first. But these students have made such a strong impact on me that I'll know I'll get through this, and I'm sure that all of my classmates will do amazing in their new community because they have so much to offer and bring forward to them. So remember, change means the challenge exists to make things better. I know we will all rise to that challenge with grace, because we already have.
Thank you. Next up for our Sterling Community School Awards, I would like to introduce Mr. John Moore to present the American Legion School Award.
Good evening. Class, I bring to you the personal congratulations from myself as Commander of the American Legion and the congratulations from the entire membership of veterans of American Legion Post 91, Moosup, Connecticut. It's my pleasure tonight to present the awards to the selected recipients. Since 1984, the American Legion has recognized 2 students of the graduating class for their outstanding contributions regarding leadership and citizenship. In recognition of attainment acquired as a winner of the American Legion School Award, in further recognition of the possession of those high qualities of courage, honor, leadership, patriotism, scholarship, and service, which are necessary to the preservation and protection of the fundamental institutions of our government and the advancement of society. This award is made by Goodrow McMahon, American Legion Post 91, June 12, 2023. The recipients this year are Julia Gladding and Jackson Medeiros. You must be Julia. I have a check for you as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jackson. Did I say that right? Yes. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you.
Presenting the Andrew P. Jernak Award is Mr. John Brady.
Good evening. First, congratulations to the graduates and to their families. I want to say thank you to the teachers, the paraeducators and support staff, the administrators, and the Board of Education. Former town selectman Andrew Jernak strongly believed in education and that our children are the future. Mr. Jernak left an endowment to fund the Andrew Jernak Award. This award is presented yearly to a graduate who works hard and who is someone who collaborates with teachers and fellow students and volunteers their spare time to help others. This year, the Andrew Jernak Award goes to Estelle Hatfield.
I will be presenting the Frank Chamberlain Good Citizen Award. The Frank Chamberlain Award is awarded to a graduate that has attended Sterling Community School for a minimum of 2 years, has demonstrated the qualities of good citizenship, and has excellent marks in language arts. This year, the Frank Chamberlain Good Citizen Award goes to LMA Bumpus. I would like to welcome Mrs. Andrea McKenzie to the stage to present the Wellington A. French Award.
Okay.
The Wellington French Award is given annually to a student who demonstrates a strong command of the English language. Wellington French taught English at Sterling Memorial School for many years and was said to have been an expert in navigating the art of speech and the written word. And this very well-deserving recipient, Jacob Herlihy.
Please welcome Mrs. Leatrice Shippey to present the Joanne Grislack Social Studies Award.
Good afternoon. Joanne Grislack taught at Sterling Memorial School her entire career, starting in 1971 and retiring in 2006. She brought the world with its many cultures, customs, and foods to her students. One week you might pass her classroom to hear the students practicing their newly learned Japanese phrases. Another day you might find them intent on painting Lithuanian eggs. We were never surprised to find the aromas of an international cuisine blanketing our corridors. Domestically, Ms. Grislack was selected one of the most creative teachers of the Constitution in the United States. That was a national award, by the way. Under her guidance, her students investigated the ratification of our Constitution and recreated the event. Joanne was the beginning of many things in our school system. One of the most notable is the fact that she created the Washington, D.C. trip, along with all the fundraising activities. She began an interscholastic spelling bee tournament in which many local schools participated. So many of her past students describe her as tough but fair. She certainly had a handle on discipline and ruled her classroom with high expectations, along with love and a lot of laughter. Those of us who knew her personally will never forget her infectious and easily provoked laugh. We hope this award will help instill Joanne's love of the world and her country in many Sterling students to come. Let me see. I have too many papers here. This year's award is two of them, actually, to Kayla Drinkwater. I gotta see which one's yours. Oops, that's not yours. That looks right. Congratulations. The next award is to Kenneth Rivera. Congratulations. Thank you.
Up next, I would like to welcome Mrs. Jamie Cameron to present the Russell Gray Memorial Citizenship Award.
Good evening. As you heard, I am Jamie Cameron. I am the president of Econ Community Grange here in Sterling. Econ Grange was started back in 1888 in the little church on Route 49 on the Sterling-Valentine line. Later, we moved to our current location across the street on Route 49. Econ Grange and all of our members take pride in being part of this community and supporting all the people therein. Russell Gray was one of those members who took pride and loved his community. He was not only just a farmer, a Granger, the first selectman, he was most importantly a friend and a family man. This year's Russell Gray Memorial Scholarship winners show just that. They show love for their community, their school, their friends, and their family. With that, I have the honor to present. It's been a long day at work. I work with little kids, so sorry. This 2023 Russell Gray Memorial Scholarship to Kian McKenna, and McKenna Mulvey. To the class of 2023, take pride in your community, take pride in your work, take pride in your school, and your friends and your family. That is the most important, and that will get you through where your life brings you. Thank you.
Presenting the Wills Way Award, I would like to welcome the Howard family.
The Wills Way Award was established to honor William Howard. Will was a caring, fun-loving young man who had many friends and a genuine lust for life. This award is presented each year to a graduating 8th grade student from Sterling Community School who most exemplifies Will's character, specifically a student that fosters a sense of school community, exhibits personal growth and maturity during his or her middle school years, makes our school a better place with a caring attitude, demonstrates leadership in everyday words and actions, and recognizes a sense of humor and lust for life are critical components for a successful life. This year's award goes to Elame Bumpus.
Presenting the Neil Smith Award, please welcome Mrs. Jackie Angelone.
Congratulations. Cornelius Neil Smith was part of the Sterling school system from August 2005 until 2011, serving as our language arts teacher for 7th and 8th grade. He was your Mrs. McKenzie. Mr. Smith loved a good story. Words for him were more than letters on a page. They were a reflection of a feeling. He would read a story with his students and leave them understanding the lilt of the author's voice, the nuance of a character's actions, and the understanding and unexpected twist of a plot. He helped students learn to appreciate that words are more than just letters on a paper. Mr. Smith always had a kind word to say, and very often left you with a smile on your face, whether you were a student or a staff. In Neil's memory, our school created the Neil Smith Award. Through the generosity of all of our Sterling School staff and faculty, we are able to acknowledge 2 students who best portray Mr. Smith's kindness and love for life in general. It is my privilege to present the Neil Smith Award this year to 2 students who epitomize the characteristics of caring and kindness and always make me smile when I see them. This year we honor Aiden Cleaver, and Sierra Sibley. Going to high school.
Next, I would like to welcome Mrs. Cassandra Minella to present the Clifford Lyons Jr. Award.
Good evening and congratulations, my 8th graders. It is truly an honor to be able to present the scholarship in honor of Cliff Lyons Jr. This scholarship is being awarded to an individual who has chosen to attend Harvard H. Ellis Tech in the fall. Cliff attended Ellis after graduating from Sterling Memorial School in 2001. He enjoyed riding his bike, hanging out with friends, and working on his truck. Cliff was always willing to help you out when you needed him. He lived his life to the fullest. The family is presenting this award to an individual who wishes to learn a trade while completing their high school education. They hope the scholarship helps with the purchase of tools for your chosen trade and wish you the very best. Without anything further, congratulations to this year's recipient, Mr. William Masood Bassett.
Next up is the Principal's Award. The Principal's Award is given to a student who exemplifies the attributes of a Sterling graduate. This student engages in critical thinking across all content areas while working collaboratively with their peers to achieve a common goal. This student communicates effectively, uses their imagination, uses technology to advance their learning, which also helps us with completing council work, and is a great problem solver. This student never shies away from work and is always willing to take on more if it means that others will benefit. I am pleased to present this award to a graduate who has a growth mindset, encourages others, and welcomes them with a smile. They support their peers by being a caring, compassionate contributor to our school community and the world. The Principal's Award this year goes to Isabel Casper. Next up, I would like our 7th and 8th grade team to come on up to present their academic awards. So I will be presenting an award for excellence in science. This student has consistently shown dedication and understanding of our science standards. And although I know for a fact our weather curriculum was his most favorite, he was definitely strong with whatever science we were doing in the classroom. His knowledge, background knowledge that he brought to his peers, to our classroom, and understanding was always helpful. He never missed an assignment in the 2 years that I did have him, and I know that this will do great things, and I hope he does pursue the field of science when he goes to high school. This goes to Alex Marisi.
Buenas noches. Despite the fact that he's quiet and reserved, this student was never afraid to use his new language of Spanish as often as possible. He was also not afraid to take chances and make mistakes, which is a crucial part of learning a new language. He participated fully during every class and also helped his classmates along the way. Whether it was independent work, group work, repeating things as a class, watching a song or video, or presenting in front of the class, he was always on top of his game and he was always entirely engaged. Additionally, his behavior was excellent and he exemplifies everything we feel that a Sterling graduate should be. This year's 8th grade Spanish award goes to Aiden Anforth. Muy bien hecho y felicitaciones, Aiden. Gracias.
presenting the Excellence in Social Studies Award to a student who has grown so much this year, and he just has an overall love for learning. He took it upon himself to be the general of his battalion when we play acted stuff in social studies, and he made my experience here a fun one. And I'd like to present this to Alex Diaz.
Okay. First, I will be presenting the Math Award. So this student this year has shown such amazing growth in math from the beginning to the end. Like, they just never stopped their momentum. They began asking for help quietly when the teacher would check in and ask if they needed help. This student was willing to meet with the teacher over Google in the evenings to figure out things that maybe they were struggling with and didn't have enough time in class. Eventually, this student began to ask questions on their own without being prompted, and this increased as the year progressed. This student's hard work and stick-to-itiveness will get her where she needs to go. So I am pleased to present the Award for Excellence in Math and Perseverance to Savannah Smith. So now on to Excellence in Language Arts. This student, since they came to my class in 7th grade, just showed such an affinity for writing and words. I really had a talented group the last 2 years. They're just very good writers. This student is just one that always floated to the top. When they want to explain a concept or get their ideas across, they just do it in such a beautiful way, and I would read their responses and just take a little moment to enjoy the beauty of the language that they used, and I know that they will continue, they will go on to high school and continue to use this gift because it is a gift, and I am happy to present this to Miss Brooke Valor.
Thank you. Next up, I would like to call Ms. Jennifer Atchison to present the Amber Campbell Award. Can you hear my heart beating? It's really loud, isn't it, John? What a wonderful night. Thanks for letting us be here. So on behalf of Mrs. Campbell's family and her husband, Mr. Campbell, we just really want to thank each and every one of you for being who you are, because it made such a difference in Mrs. Campbell's life. And I say that with all of our hearts, from Mrs. Campbell's family to her husband. You don't realize how wonderful you truly are and the difference you made in her life. So I thank you for that. So we're lucky to present this award because all of the qualities that are composed in this award, we feel Mrs. Campbell lived by, and many of your students have already won that award. So parents, you are raising wonderful humans, and we're going to be in good hands in the future. So the 4 qualities that make up this award are, the first one is always have courage and be dedicated to that. So whatever choices you make today moving forward, be dedicated to those choices even when those choices are hard. Be courageous and be dedicated to always doing the right thing. The second quality that Mrs. Campbell lived by was to always be kind and compassionate.
And that goes without a doubt. You have each been that to us and to Mrs. Campbell. The third quality is to persevere. And another word for that in our family is to be strong. Life is not easy, and there are many challenges in life, in school and out of school. So be strong and know that you already have the tools you need to be successful in whatever your choices are. The last thing and the most important thing Mrs. Campbell would say would be love school. Right? Yes. Love school and love life. And school is beyond the classroom and very important within the classroom. She respected each one of you and continue loving life each and every day. So now I'll turn it over to Mr. Campbell to present the award.
This year's recipient of the Campbell Award is awarded to a student that exemplifies these attributes: dedication, perseverance, compassion, and an overall love of learning. Julia Gladden.
I would like to ask Mr. Friend and our Board of Ed Chair to please come to the stage for the presentation of diplomas. Tristan Andrade. Aiden Anforth. Paxton Bazinet. Elame Bumpus. Isabel Casper. Colton Shanette. Aiden Kaliva. Nevaeh Daly. Alexander Diaz. Kayla Drinkwater. Juliana Gladding. Bo Gulas. Estelle Hadfield. Jacob Herlihy. Andrew Johnson. Parker Langlois. Alexander Marisi. William Masood Bissett. Kian McKenna. Jackson Medeiros. Julian Moman. McKenna Mulvey. Osborne Ostrout. Cameron Perot. Austin Rankin. Kenneth Rivera. Keegan Shippey. Sierra Sibley. Savannah Smith. Brooke Valor. Cadence Wilson. Camden Woodward. Thank you all for attending this evening and supporting our special graduates. I invite everyone to the cafeteria for refreshments, and the PTO has sponsored an ice cream truck for our graduates. Please be sure to grab a ticket before exiting the gymnasium. I would like to present to you our graduating class of 2023. You may now turn your tassel as a symbol of your graduation. Congratulations.